Switch.
That's probably one of the hardest, bro. That's which DJ's got the hardest tagline? We still gonna get into the actual question, but which DJ got the hardest tagline, yo?
Me, I'm a personal fan of Metro.
Metro.
Yeah, I love the Metro. I love the Metro. I was just about to say,
and the sickest part is Metro got a couple of them because he got that one. And if your Metro don't trust you, we gonna shoot you. Like that's
and don't forget he had the Metro Boomin.
Metro Boomin was a
None of those miss.
Hey, Metro the best producer, low key. You know better than Metro.
You know who got a classic one that most people don't realize because it's technically varied, even though it's the same thing? Pharrell always plays the same note 4 times at the beginning of the song. And anytime you hear that,
that's the most left on drop.
Oh, you like,
know it's a drop.
Oh, this is a Pharrell joint. Yeah, you just know because it's that's gonna be the joint. That's gonna be the joint. Honestly, I think Weezy Outta Here is the most overrated because I really don't like it. I don't think it's anything special about it. You know, like I don't hear that. And like.
You know what they tried to push for a little minute that never caught on? Y'all remember the DJ Darrell?
Oh, yeah. DJ Darrell was fire. DJ Darrell was kind of fire. Yeah.
I feel like that didn't catch on.
We need to give Energy Beats in Detroit. He needs some love because his joint that's some heat.
Yeah.
That's me. I got so much energy. At the beginning of every track, you know it's gonna go crazy when you hear
That's facts. That's facts.
You know it's gonna go crazy when you hear that. Folks, we know that this country is in a very tough place right now. You know what I mean? Post-election, it's the results didn't go the way half the country wanted. We understand that, you know. And a lot of these games not going away, half y'all teams thought they would. We understand that. Hey, hate it for y'all Cowboys fans. Hey, y'all boys be safe. You know what I mean? Y'all boys be safe. You feel me? But you know, we got
Jerry messing with y'all, dog.
hey, you know what I mean? I'm gonna just say this: if you shoot Jerry, Steven gonna be your new owner. Is that really what you want? Let's think about it. Let's think it over, Cowboys fan. But no, we got that going on. We got the NBA going on, and some teams are worse than we thought. Some teams are better than we thought. Who knew? The Lions won again, of course, because all they do is win. You know, shout out to G-Mac Cash. And we got to have some conversations about these bigs, man. We got to have some serious come to Jesus moments with some of these bigs because it's getting ridiculous. Starting with you, Mr. Slick Vic Wembanyama. But fellas, we're gonna start the show off with former or current athlete that we will want to be president. Y'all ready to get into it?
I'm ready for it.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, what's up, y'all? Have a seat. It's your favorite hour of the week with the Facts Over Axe crew. Now, fellas, let me ask you this. Which former or current athlete would you say, hey, this is the one. I would want them to run this nation. Who would you want?
So, I'll start it off.
Can it be coach and staff and two?
It could be coach, it could be staff, it could be whoever. If they are an athlete or related to athletics, you can pick them.
Okay. I'll start it off with this because one, I'm gonna go with. Well, for starters, I feel like there's plenty of answers out there of people that would actually be up to task to do the job. And if they dedicated themselves to politics, they can actually do a good job. We've seen so many people that's savants. I know this is like a low hanging fruit, but like if LeBron was like, I'm gonna stop basketball and dedicate my life to politics, I believe that he could do a good job. Like he excels that much at being able to handle the multifaceted things of being a politician. But also, I live in a world where we've been around presidents and politicians so much that we know it's just as much pageantry and show and playing a part in the actual ability to get elected than it is being an actual good president, unfortunately.
Yeah.
My answer is The Rock.
Oh, that's a good one. That's
just because he got the ability to speak. He got the ability to speak. He got the charisma. You low key outside of wrestling fans who like may not think that he the best when it comes to actual wrestling. You can't really find a person on the planet that don't mess with The Rock like that.
That's my goal. I mean? That's all there is to it. When it comes to wrestling for me, that's my goal.
He check all the boxes. Black folks go rock with him because he one of us. People that's a person of color go rock with him because he might be one of y'all. And white folks rock with him because he racially ambiguous enough to not be threatening.
Yeah.
He check all the boxes, and on top of that, he charismatic. On top of that, like I think The Rock would be the perfect fit for that.
And you know what? In today's political climate, all you got to do is cut a hell of a promo. You cut like five promos.
That's fact.
You in the house, baby. You in Pennsylvania Avenue, baby. You done did your thing.
What's your policy on immigrants? It doesn't matter. It was like, imagine that during the debate.
It doesn't matter. It's crazy. Can you smell it? The Rock is deporting. It's crazy. That's so insane. Chris, who you got, man? Who you got?
Mine's not gonna be a fan favorite, but come on down, Pat Riley. I'm going Pat Riley.
Oh, that's a really good one too. That's a really good.
I'm going Pat Riley. Come on, man. Pat, see, you telling me everything wrong with the world ain't gonna get better with Pat Riley?
See, y'all took it serious. Y'all got really good. Listen. I was finna say Kendrick Perkins because I would enjoy seeing him as the president. I think it would be hilarious. Y'all make it serious contenders.
Would be insane.
Yes, we just bought theory and carry the hell on.
Hey, you ain't really a sports fan. You ain't get that one. You ain't get that one. You ain't a sports fan.
I need that in my life, bro. I need that in my life. I'm sorry. I really do need that in my life.
Listen. Can you imagine people complaining about something Pat Riley as president? He gonna be like, what y'all doing me? What y'all doing me, man?
Pat Riley ain't going. Pat Riley is not going, boy. And I'm gonna tell you, he cutthroat enough to make all the tough decisions that need to be made. Like that's who he will be as president, because he's okay with letting superstars walk. That's the type of guy he is. Like, he is 1,000% okay with walking into a trade deal. Like, hey, listen, I will let 3% of the country starve to death to like outlast you here. Hey, that's
bro. Hey, and the worst part
what it is.
Like, all the celebrities start feeding people, and he'd be like, okay, they run out of money eventually. I ain't worried about that.
Listen, I'm sitting right here at this table. Y'all want to play hardball with me? Look like we playing some hardball. Hey, it does turn on the movie and say RPG.
And I'm gonna tax that too.
See, now y'all making me think of a serious one that I would actually want to consider as the president. Now y'all, I got one for you. And
if you say Doc Rivers, I'm ending the call.
Absolutely not. I hate to say it, but you gotta give me the legend, the young king, the god, Motor City Dan Campbell as president, boy. Hey, listen. All I'm saying is this: he may be too quick to push that button, but you know them other countries gonna be on edge. They don't know. When Dan say, give us those hostages back, I swear to you, dude, I swear to God, if we get those hostages back, or you will have no kneecaps in Uzbekistan. He means it. He really means that, bro. He is not playing. He is not playing at all. Like, he's just one of the ones, man. You already know that about Motor City Dan. So, that's just my opinion there. But speaking of Motor City Dan, the NFL is in full swing. We are at week 10. Is it not crazy to think we had double-digit weeks already?
Yeah, the season flying by, man.
This season's so crazy. Christian McCaffrey had an injury that I never heard of. It was double injuries on top of each other. They said that man had tendonitis in both Achilles. Have y'all ever even heard of tendonitis in an Achilles?
I didn't know you could get to, because I thought Achilles was.
I've heard of it. It's a tendon.
Yeah, it's a tendon.
But I ain't heard of it in an Achilles though.
That's what I'm saying. I've heard of it in a patella on a regular. Yeah. I've heard of it in other tendons. I've even heard of tendonitis in like a bicep tendon. I have never heard of tendonitis in both, a single Achilles, let alone both. And he's back. He's back now. That's how long it's been in this season. So, the season, week 10 is here. And fellas, please tell me. I'm going to run down the slate of NFL games, but y'all boys tell me, what games spoke the most to you? Because there was a full, and when I say full, I mean very full slate of games And so we're going to get into all of them. Obviously, it started off on Thursday night with the shootout. Ravens beating the Bengals by 1. Over in, I believe this game was in Germany, correct? The Panthers outlast the Giants in Germany, BU, 20-17. The Patriots beat the Bears 19-3. The Bills beat the Colts 30-20. Denver just barely loses by the hairs on their chinny chin as Kansas City gets a block last second to win that game for them, 16-14. Atlanta loses to New Orleans 20-17. San Francisco beats Tampa Bay 23-20. Pittsburgh, Chris's Steelers, beat the Washington Commanders 28-27. And the Minnesota Vikings beat the Jaguars 12-7 in a game that was objectively just a very PU game. Tennessee loses to the Chargers 27-17. The Eagles put belt to Dallas behind 34-6. The Cardinals beat the Jets 31-6. And of course, the Lions finish it off Sunday Night Football, winning 26-23. And Monday Night Football, the Dolphins beat the Rams 23-15. So, fellas, what y'all thinking? What are y'all thinking about this slate of games? What game stuck out to you in particular? And it could be for any reason. It could be because it was a good game, because it was a bad game, because it told you something. What do you think?
So of course, because we Lions fans, we probably gonna set this game to the side for afterwards. But two games spoke out to me. The first game is that Eagles-Cowboys game. Now, we understand that the Eagles are a talented team. They went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago for a reason. We were expecting them to go last year. And then that ended up not working out. At this point, I figured, they played the Niners, they beat the Lions. Okay. But yeah, going into the season, we weren't expecting the Eagles to be as good as they once were. And this game is not indicative of how good the Eagles are, but how bad the Cowboys are. I think any iteration of the Cowboys that we're seeing, which at this point in our lifetime, this is the 4th, 5th iteration of a Cowboys core that we're seeing, is ahead. It's time to blow that up. You need to re-identify who you are as a team. You still got some talented pieces on that team that you need to go ahead and get rid of for assets or try to rebuild around those. At the quarterback spot, you're not looking good. I mean, we clowned all season about how Dak is not a good quarterback, and we saw, their two backups, Trey Lance and I forget the other dude's name, but Dak, Cooper Rush. Dak probably the best person on that depth chart, and I think Trey Lance has a potential to be grown, but Dallas is not the place to where you could really develop under the tutelage of a great coach or a great quarterback. You got your running backs looking like the graveyard. You got a defense that's underperforming, and then you have a coach that's not taking accountability for the poor season that they're having, underperforming, and you got an owner who his reaction to receivers complaining about the sun being in their eyes is just like put up some curtains.
Oh, no. His reaction was not put up some curtains because they have the curtains. His reaction was, we all know where the damn sun is, and every team goes through the same thing.
And that's the owner that's talking about your team like that. So like from the top all the way down, we've learned. I mean, we know that the Cowboys have been, dysfunctional, but at the same time, the Cowboys right now is like that one relationship we all been through. This person show you like signs of red flags, but they do something to remind you that like, oh, that's why I like this person. But then that one day come where all you see is the red flags and everything they do is irritating you. Like, yo, this is a terrible person to be around. This Cowboys core has been around long enough to like, we know they gonna sell in the playoffs, but in the regular season, they always at least make you think a little bit like, oh yeah, this might be the right person for me. We're seeing the signs that this is not going to work. You need to go ahead and just dismantle that whole everything.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna jump in on this, and Chris, I'm gonna let you finish it. By the way, the Cowboys, how bad are they? Here are the worst point differentials in the NFL. The Carolina Panthers, -143. PU.
Gross.
Other than the Panthers, here are the worst point differentials. -83 Titans, -83 Raiders, -82 Cowboys.
Cowboys are
They're-
bad, but Panthers, you just say negative what?
143. Negative 143.
How's that possible?
I legitimately don't know.
I mean, they only
They're-
score, on average, they score 6.5 points a game.
That means that they're losing every game by an average of 2 touchdowns in the NFL.
Yeah, mathematically.
Oh my God, that stinks. And the worst part, here's the worst
Panthers
part.
pack. Is this gas or what?
Here's the worst part. Here's the worst part that we're not even considering. Did y'all know that the Panthers are on a 2-game winning streak?
Yeah, I do. I actually did know that.
They
Do
first
you
won
know
the
how?
season.
So 2 weeks ago, they were probably at negative like 150 something or 160. They just happened to win 2 back to back.
But they only won that
I mean-
one game by 3. That Panthers Giants. I don't
So-
know if y'all
so,
watched it, but
okay,
that's
so
like
they
the
were-
worst thing that ever happened in Germany.
So, come on, dog.
Hold on.
Come on, dog.
Hold on now, brother.
Come on, dog. Don't get us canceled before
The
we
idiot of
blow
the
up.
country.
This is crazy. Damn, you didn't even let us get no money on off this thing first. Woo.
man.
But no, seriously, the Panthers won their last 2 games by a combined 4 points. So if you take away those 4 points in those 2 games, they were at negative 147 over 8 games.
Yeah.
That's damn near 15 a game. No, that's over 15 a game. That's damn near 17 a game, 16 a game. Ugh. Anywho, let me jump in here with the game that I saw that it spoke to me. This game tells me that this team is so over. And I thought they were so over before this, but this game cemented them being over in a way that the Cardinals beating the Jets. They didn't just beat the Jets. They dominated the Jets. The Jets was hearing, move your hand. This is what you asked for, right? That's what the Jets were hearing mid-game during this game. And this is after you get Devontae Adams. This is after you get rid of Salah. This is after you do all that stuff to say, all right, we're going to fix the team. It's like SpongeBob when he said they saved the city. No, brother. The city is exponentially worse. And I want y'all to think about this, right? I told y'all about the games before Salah got fired and how statistically they were one of the best defenses in the league and all that at that time. Since they fired Salah, they have allowed 37, 25, 13, good job, and 31. Them boys stink. Them boys. It's like that one ex that thought you was the problem and you was the one holding her back in life. And then, like, in reality, you was the one smoothing everything over to be like, every time she acted up somewhere, you would, like, leave extra money for the tip. Like, please don't ban her. She just a little drunk. Like,
Oh,
she
yeah,
just,
I know.
she get that way sometime. And everything in her life fall apart after you leave. That's the Jets looking at Robert Saleh right now like, please come back. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, this is crazy. The Jets are more over than I thought they were. And I'm enjoying Aaron Rodgers' pack being in the air. It's so gas. It's the greatest gas. I have never been this high in my life. Chris, who or what game said the most to you?
You really got to ask that, man. You really got to ask that.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
You really
Russell Wilson threw a game winner.
Of course the Steelers got man. I heard it all before, man. Heard it all before. The Steelers are just not capable. Steelers are just not this. The Steelers are just not that. They shouldn't have never played Justin Fields and took him off the starting position and put Russell Wilson in there. The X, Y, and Z. I heard it all before. But guess what? I'm here to tell you, right? Guyton Gibbs, Tank D. Lord, and Kenton, if you want to get technical. Okay.
This guy.
Okay.
This guy.
I'm here to tell y'all. Steelers is back. Steelers is back. Not only are we back, but we have a quarterback. Okay. Not only did Russell Wilson prove to me that we have a legitimate passing game, he proved to me that Pickens is a legitimate top receiver in this NFL. Okay? The catches that Pickens made down the stretch were incredible. Not only that, the positioning they have now that we added Mike Williams, and you can't double coverage him every game, is crazy. Our run game looks immaculate. Mike Tomlin has a quarterback. This is all we've been asking for since Big Ben retired. It's to give Mike Tomlin a quarterback. And truth be told, I ain't gonna be a hater like that. But it's a team that's right below us that get all the love and the scare in the whole NFL, but they below us. And I know we go into the week playing for that number one spot this week, but it's a team below us that everybody can't shut up about. Oh, Derrick Henry is this. Oh, Lamar Jackson is this. Oh, the Ravens always got a good defense. To me, I don't see where they're better than us at. I don't see where the Ravens are better than us at. We have a run game. Yes, we don't have Derrick Henry getting a touchdown every game.
Hold on.
We don't have Derrick Henry getting us a touchdown.
You don't see where the Ravens are better than the Steelers at? Chris.
Okay, hold on. Pause. We talk about 36, 37-year-old Russell Wilson versus Lamar Jackson. Of course, it's
I was just about to say, hold on.
What I'm saying is you have someone in their prime, someone out of their prime, right, and we are doing just as good, if not better, and we're leading the division. And ain't enough people talking about it for me. Ain't enough people talking about it.
I get it. You know what? Both teams are 7-2. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The Steelers are 7-2. The Ravens are 7-3.
7-2. The Ravens 6-3.
This one is for no. The Ravens are 7-3. They're 7-3.
No, 6-3. No,
they're 7-3. They haven't had a bye week yet. They haven't had their bye. Their bye.
I thought they had their bye yet. Okay.
Yeah. No, you good. But I'm gonna tell you, you are right, Chris. This is, the fact that they lost that game to the Browns and Jameis Winston is just like.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how y'all believing in these Ravens? How y'all believing in these Ravens?
Man. And Jameis Winston be playing like he off a perk 30. Like, he has those moments.
Let's go ahead and do a correction. We want to see him win so much. I think we believe in Lamar. I don't think I believe in the Ravens. I think I believe in Lamar.
Here's the thing, bro. I'm thoroughly disappointed with how bad Lamar's defense is playing this year, or the Ravens' defense is playing this year, bro. Like, this is, I get it. The Bengals are supposed to be a great offense and all that. You allow 38 and 34? 38 and 34. My brother in Christ, did you pinch him? No. Jamar Chase fantasy owners, when they see the Ravens coming, them boys start salivating. They start, oh my God. And yet and still, Lamar finds a way to win that duel every time. You know what I mean? It's ooh-wee. So let me ask y'all this. We talked about the games that meant the most, but obviously nationally there are a lot of narratives being pushed because of the games this weekend. So one of the biggest narratives, and obviously Chicago fired their head coach, so that's the thing that happened and all that good stuff. But one of the things nationally that I'm seeing a lot of here is the Dallas Cowboys need to blow it all up, especially exacerbated by Micah Parsons' statements that he's not really concerned about where Mike McCarthy is coaching next season, and he just feels bad for the guys who are going to be Hall of Fame or Cowboy Ring of Honor type of guys in terms of Zach Martin and whatnot, potentially not being there next year. Let me ask y'all this, fellas. With Dak Prescott officially announcing season-ending injury, is there any way for the Cowboys to salvage this season? Any way?
No. Not possible.
Not even a
possibility they can be hot enough to even sniff the wild card. It's over.
Here's the thing. I don't think that they have
Commanders, Eagles? No.
I don't think they have a path to save this season and redeem it. However, their schedule coming down the pipeline is very favorable. Of all of these teams, you got Texans, Commanders, Giants, Bengals, Panthers, Bucks, Eagles, Commanders again. Of all of those teams, I want to say the Texans, Commanders, and who else? Eagles have winning records. There's a chance. Not saying that they do it, but there is definitely a chance there. It's not going to happen, though. It's not.
Giants and Panthers the only shoe-ins there. And even if they do in the season hot, you still, in your own division, you got to beat out the Eagles and Commanders. Mm-hmm. If you looking over in the Central, you looking at Lions, Packers, and Vikings that you got to beat out.
Yeah, no. They definitely not winning the conference. That's clear.
No, I'm
That's
saying
clear.
the wild card not even a possibility at this point.
Oof. Let me tell you something. This
Think about how many
feels like
teams in front of you. Even if you're looking at the NFC, if you go over to the South, the Falcons probably winning that division. If you go to the West, they're not ending with a better record as Arizona or San Francisco. So I just named 7 teams right there that's going to have a better record than the Cowboys for sure at the end of the season.
Let me tell you something. I feel like Lil Wayne in the song Moneymaker. All I can see is ass. I'm in the Matrix because this is terrible. These boys is getting every single Sunday getting destroyed out there, man. This is terrible. This is really terrible. I don't think there's a way to redeem it. But let me ask y'all this about one more NFL team, and then we'll move on to the only NFL team that matters, the Detroit Lions. But in all seriousness, which situation do you think is worse going forward for the future? The Dallas Cowboys, the New York Jets, or I'm going to throw a third contender in here, the Chicago Bears. Which team do you think is positioned worse for the future?
The Jets. I think it's far and away the Jets.
I'd have to disagree. I think it's the Cowboys. Really? I think it's the Cowboys. Yeah, I think the Cowboys are in such a bad position because if you look at it, they don't have a single unit that's really, really good. Like they don't have a singular unit that's like, hey, these boys.
Their D line is good.
Chris, any team that want to run the ball on them has an escort to the end zone.
Michael Parsons is good.
That's what I'm saying. Mike is good.
But you gotta remember they D line been in and out the rotation though. Like
and that's what I'm saying.
They D line.
But that if ifs and buts was berries and nuts, squirrels would never starve. We live in the real world where you got to play with what you got. Okay, ain't nobody giving the Lions a break because they without Aiden Hutchinson. It's like, hey, bro, you show up or you don't. You know what I mean? Like that's just what it is. So I'm gonna tell you, and another reason I think the Cowboys are in the worst position is because not only do they not have any players currently that are getting it done, they don't even have any promising young guys. Can y'all name me one guy under the age of 25 on the Cowboys that you like, hey, he's a dog. He's got something to him. Because I can name multiple guys on the Jets like that. I can name multiple. And even with the Bears, the Bears at least have a quarterback that's going to put you in a position to where his upside, we've seen Dak's best football. I don't think we'll ever see better football than what we've already seen from Dak. I don't. So you've got one quarterback ascending. And here's why I think they're in a worse place than the Jets. The Jets at least got multiple players under 25. That's kind of with it. They got multiple guys. That's like, hey, we are a couple pieces away. The Cowboys are an entire team away.
Do you not think Trey Lance is salvageable at quarterback?
Possibly. I think Trey Lance is the type of quarterback that you could win with. I think like if everything around him is right, you will win with him. I don't think he'll ever be a guy you win because of, though. I think that's the difference. And I don't think that the Cowboys have the type of team where it's like we could plug a with guy and make it happen. I think the Jets, before they got rid of Saleh, I think they were right there to where if you plug a guy that we can win with him, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. But Aaron Rodgers has been stinking. He's been PU. That's smelly, brother. And I get it. Syracuse head coach said that only winners get washed and all that, but there's a lot of funk going around New York right now that they need to get washed off. There's a ton. There's a metric ton of funk that they need to get gotten rid of. Chris, which team you think is in the worst situation? Bears, Jets, or the Cowboys?
I think the Cowboys are in a worse situation. Outside of Michael Parsons, you don't have any available trade assets. You tried to go all in this season and didn't really work out for you boys. And also, the secondary is aging. Your running backs, if they get any older, me and Gibbs could probably beat them in a 40. I just think the Cowboys are just a disaster. You don't really get a good draft pick because you already got 3 or 4 wins. So, like, you're not going to be a top 3 draft team.
Right.
Because I don't see the Cowboys losing out the rest of their games. But, I mean, it ain't really no promising. The promising thing for the Jets is, other than Aaron Rodgers, Still a relatively young team. Devontae Adams is older, but I mean, at receiver, you could play receiver in your old age for quite some time. I mean, look at D Hop and look at Mike Evans right now. I mean, they both older and they still serviceable. So I think the Jets got, outside of Aaron Rodgers, they got a pretty relatively young roster. And then the third team you said was
the Bears.
The Bears, I think the Bears just can't develop a quarterback. So over time, what happens when you can't develop a quarterback, you get lucky and just draft a quarterback that doesn't really need much development. And they have all the correct pieces around the Bears. The O-line's suspect, but you could build that. I remember 5 years ago, the Lions O-line was suspect. Now they got one of the best O-lines in the league. So, I mean, I don't think the Bears is a disgrace. Mind you, the Bears started off the season with a winning record. It wasn't until they had that bloop or that interception or that Hail Mary by the Commanders where they started being like, oh, the season is in shambles now. So, I mean,
that's fair. Well, we've got to talk about a team not too far away from Chicago. Same division, as a matter of fact. The 8-1 Detroit Lions are appearing to be, I don't think that they'll be underdogs in any games for the rest of the season. And they're appearing to be a Super Bowl favorite right now. And the rest, I know I told y'all that the rest of the Cowboys schedule wasn't looking too tough. Here's the rest of the Lions schedule: Jaguars, Colts, Bears, Packers, Bills, Bears again, 49ers, Vikings to close the season out in terms of regular season.
We could be looking at 16-1, 15-2, at worst 14-3. At worst,
I think 14-3 is like if they take their foot off the gas and they're like, hey, we need to rest our starters. We got nothing else to prove. Coming down the stretch, because the rest of this schedule stinks. What do you think the Lions ceiling is? Do you think that this is a serious Super Bowl winning team?
I think this is a Super Bowl team, and I never thought I'd be saying that in my entire life.
Man,
the reason I'm saying that is because of this last game. And I know after a game where you got 5 turnovers, your quarterback throw 5 interceptions, the game is ugly, you look like you're getting outperformed, you look like you're getting out-hustled, and you still pick up a W, those the games where you find out, what team got some dogs. That's the games where you find out if you got championship DNA. Because when you riding high and you blowing teams out and you looking good and y'all a cohesive unit, those games are easy to say we're good. But when you face adversity and you're able to come out on the other side and win those, like that game right there was one of those games where one of those games that you see out of the Patriots when they're at the top. That's one of those games that you see out of Kansas City where it look like there is no way they're supposed to win this game, and they find a way to stay in there long enough to put something together to pick up a W.
Right. Yeah, Chris, what you thinking, man? What is the Lions ceiling? Do you see this team as a Super Bowl winner?
If I look at this game for the X's and the O's, this was probably the worst game that the Lions could have played. Literally, 5 interceptions. Let the team jump on you early. This is probably the worst game they could have played possibly this season. And they came out with a W. So that being said, the NFC is so terrible outside of the Lions and the Eagles that I think the NFC is a cakewalk just about, other than when they meet the Eagles. The AFC is where I start to get worried for the Lions, but really you only got a handful of teams in the AFC. This year of football is like one of the ugliest years to me as far as contenders. It's only about 5 or 6 contenders in the league to me this year, and the Lions are definitely one of them. Now, am I sold on Jared Goff being a Super Bowl quarterback? I just can't get over that Jared Goff. Like, I can't say those words in a sentence and be serious, right? I just can't. But I think the Lions, with a lot of luck, they can win a Super Bowl this year. They can win a Super Bowl.
This man said with a lot of luck. Let me explain something to you, okay? If they need a lot of luck, then they need to rename Jahmyr Gibbs' horseshoe and David Montgomery
But you need luck with any Super Bowl, though, Gibbs. I didn't say nothing.
Oh, I agree.
You need luck with any Super Bowl.
You do. Because with a little bit of bad luck, with a couple wrong injuries to any team in the NFL, you could. I absolutely agree.
Right.
But them boys are physical as hell. They just beat on teams. They just, you know, it makes you want to call Child Protective Services mid-game. Like, bro, chill. Like, please, stop. You just put your hands on that young man's chest and pick him up and put him down, Panay. There was no reason for this. What is your reasoning? But in all seriousness, I think that this team is absolutely a Super Bowl contender because, like Chris said, the NFC is weaker than it's been at some time. Like, very seriously, who do y'all see as not just like, hey, they can compete with the Lions? Who do y'all see as like serious Super Bowl contenders out of the NFC right now? And here's the thing. Here's how easy I'm going to make it for you. I'm going to go through each and every division and name the team that's leading that division. And you tell me if this team feels like a competitor for a Super Bowl to you. The Philadelphia Eagles.
No.
Yeah.
Atlanta Falcons.
They rookies in the secondary. Falcons, no.
Okay.
Falcons not at all.
Arizona Cardinals.
Definitely not.
Okay. Let's go to second teams in line then. The San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, just because they've been to the dance before. They're one of those veteran teams that could put it together last minute, you know.
Too
find a way to
many
pull it off.
injuries.
Okay. Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
No.
Baker Mayfield's the quarterback. Come on.
Minnesota Vikings.
No.
Come
Sam
on.
Darnold is
The quarterback.
Washington Commanders.
No, but I like what they got over there. But not yet.
Yeah. They about 2 years away.
So I just named you every upper half of every single division in the conference. And y'all both came away with, at max, 2 teams that are like, hey, this team. And the way that this works out, it could work out in the Lions' favor to where they only have to play one of those teams or neither. Think about how crazy that is.
That's what I said. That's what I said. The NFC is a cakewalk.
If you get the true 1 seed, you could see a situation where you get Commanders against Eagles and the Commanders mess around and win that football game. You could see a situation where you get Falcons and 49ers and the Falcons find a way to come out with that football game. Next thing you know, you're looking up like, wait a minute, what just happened? Is the best team left in the playoffs on the NFC side? If you talk about the Eagles and the 49ers getting eliminated first round, the best team left in the playoffs outside the Lions would be the Vikings. That's about it. So, you know, I think this team is absolutely gearing up to win and a Super Bowl here. But I would say keep your feet on the ground.
Would you bet on them against Patrick Mahomes?
Absolutely. Yeah. Here's the thing that most people don't realize. The Chiefs' defense is a lot better than people give it credit for. Steve Spagnuolo has realized.
I'm well aware.
Spags has realized I'm not a head coach. I am a defensive coordinator, and I'm a damn good one. And I'm going to be a great defensive coordinator with the Chiefs organization until I retire. I'm going to pull my Dick LeBeau move and be here until I can't do it no more. I think that's what Steve Spagnuolo has realized. With that in mind, you're still in a situation where at some point in time, rubber meets road, and you cannot out-scheme, hey, we're physical. We gonna beat you up. We gonna put some paws on you, you know, so that's just what that is. All right, so let me ask you this, fellas. Speaking of folks winning and staying where they're supposed to be and all that, if you had to do the NBA awards so far with about an eighth of the season down, who would be your MVP? I'm gonna start off by saying I don't think there's a world where anybody but the Joker has a serious claim to this conversation. Like I very seriously mean that. I don't see a world where, bro, that man is putting up 30, 14, and 12.
I understand. But at the same time, how many times in our lifetime has a team outside of the top 3 seeds, and the Nuggets don't look like they'll be a top 3 seed in the West, how many players outside of the top 3 seeds has been awarded with the MVP?
How many times have we ever seen a player average a triple-double and not win it? How many times have we ever seen a player average a triple-double and not win it?
Plenty of times.
Plenty.
Westbrook
hold on,
averaged a
guy, you
triple-double 4
smoking that
seasons
stuff.
straight. They gave it to him the first time. That 3 seasons after that, they didn't get Westbrook MVP.
But that's my point. If this is his first time averaging a triple-double, yay or nay?
Yes.
Why would he not get it?
Because the triple-double is normal now. When Westbrook averaged that triple-double, that's something we hadn't seen in forever.
Okay, hold on.
Every
hold
elite
on.
player
Wait
in
a
the
minute.
NBA
Wait a
getting
minute.
10, 20,
Wait a minute.
30
I didn't even
triple-doubles per
think about
season.
this. Wait. I didn't even think about this. Chris, Josh, are y'all okay? Are we good here? No. Chris, I'm asking you too because I need to make sure we hear Josh straight. We have never seen an NBA player lead the league in multiple categories and not win it in terms of points, rebounds, and assists. We've never seen that. He's leading in point and rebounds and assists right now. What?
I understand that.
Josh, put that dope down.
I understand that.
Don't make me call my grandma on air so she can say you need to leave that dope alone. Because you know, from grandma doors, it hit a little different. And we may need for her to tell you leave that dope alone. In what world does a man lead the league in rebounds and assists not get it? Come on,
All I'm
dog.
saying is, have we not seen Nikola Jokic, James Harden, Luka Doncic, LeBron, Sabonis almost average a triple-double, close to a triple-double consistently over the past like 7 to 8 seasons?
And which one of those gentlemen led the league in assists and rebound? Which one?
None of them. If the Nuggets not a top 3 seed, Jokic not getting MVP.
Man, but see, that's not even what it's about. This is how facts over acts listeners. This is why you got to be aware of those beige mind tricks that they work on you. You got to be aware they're shifty.
I didn't say who will vote for. We saying who we think is going to win.
The question is who will win it so far to this point in the season. Who is the MVP? And it feels like you got somebody else. But again, you try to work the beige mind trick on me. You're not paying attention. I'm wondering
why Guyton really feel this way. It's only one other guy that I wouldn't put in the conversation.
I don't know who else is in the conversation with the Joker right now. I'm intrigued to hear this.
I'm saying it's only one other guy, in my opinion, that you.
Let's say if the season ended right now, who would I vote for to be MVP? I would vote Jokic, but I know how the NBA works. And once the season,
who wins it?
It's going to be either Shea or Jason Tatum. All right.
You said what, bro?
It's either going to be Shea or it's going to be Jason Tatum.
I've heard of that.
Hold on, what? I mean, bro.
I'll talk to you guys. I'll talk to you guys in May when they award the MVP trophy to either Shea or Jason Tatum. I'll talk to you both in May.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. In May, that may very well be the case. And who knows what could happen, right? Joker is playing at a higher usage than he ever has before. And he's exerting more of himself on the court than he ever has before. Who knows? He could tear something, he could break something, whatever. I'm fine with that. Whatever happens down the line happens. But the question was, who wins it right now? Number one. And number two, even if we are looking forward to the future, even if we make it more juicy by framing it as who gets it in May, if Jokic continues on what he's doing, Shea and Jason continue on what they're doing, there is not a world where they say,
Jokic got what, 3 MVPs?
And he'll be in for a 4th.
Voter fatigue, which is a thing, on top of, let's say, the Nuggets in the season of 5 seed.
30, 11, and 12.
They not giving that man MVP.
30,
I promise you they not giving that man MVP.
Got it.
And here's the thing.
Only other
this is what I'm gonna say. Josh, you are absolutely right about that. But there are moments that happen where it screws up the matrix. It screws up the entire system. Because Jokic wasn't supposed to win that many MVPs that soon. You know why? Because the fans or the voters were supposed to be able to get voter fatigue. You can't voter fatigue your way out of a guy leading the league in rebounds and assists, dog. There's like you can't. It's nothing you can do but give him his 10s. He's earned them.
I think Guyton forgetting that he's a center too. Like he's a center. Like you realize that, right? Like he's a center, averaging 30 double-digit points and double-digit assists
and rebounds. Right. 30, 14, and 12. Come on, dog. Come on.
The only other person I could see in the conversation, and it's just because of team success, is Donovan Mitchell. If the Cavs do something crazy and like start the season 25-0, like I'm just throwing it out there, you got to put him in the conversation, Gibbs. You got to. That's the only person I could say.
I wouldn't even necessarily say that because we've seen a lot of teams have amazing regular seasons, and none of their players have been in the MVP.
And I was just about to say, this feels a lot like the Hawks used to feel, where they were great in the regular season. And it was like, they're a great team, but you weren't saying, no, Paul Millsap is in the MVP conversation. You weren't saying, hey, Kyle Korver is in the one of those guys might win most improved player. Their head coach is going to win coach of the year, sure. But like, that's about it. That's about it. You can't really go too far past that. Well, let me ask y'all this, okay? Who wins defensive player of the year in the NBA? If it ended right now, who's your defensive player of the year?
As much as we might talk about him later in the show, if time allocates, it's Wemby.
Yeah, I agree.
And Wemby should have won it last year. I don't know if they didn't want to give it to him because he was a rookie. Wemby should have won it last year, but it's Wemby. I've never seen a player, even though I think he should be in the paint more, I've never seen a player alter everything. He got hit with an up and under yesterday, bit for the pump fake, and still got a block.
Yeah. It's disgusting.
We're watching players drive to the rack and they would lay it up 9 times out of 10. But since Wemby is in the league, I just seen him run to the other corner and reset the play.
Yeah, it's nasty business, honestly. It's a very nasty business. Chris, you got anybody but Wemby?
Wemby crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, but the Spurs got 2 wins on the season. I'm going AD. I'm sorry. I'm going AD. I'm going AD. 2 wins on the season. You got the defensive player of the year, bro. I don't think that's ever mattered, though. You ain't guarding SHIT, man. You ain't guarding HIT. Y'all think I don't win? I don't think that's we shoot ones off air, guys.
We was just talking team success.
We shoot ones off air.
We was just talking team success. Nah, it don't matter no more.
We done shoot ones off air.
We done shoot ones off air. Success. Not defensive player of the year.
No, wait. When's the last defensive player of the year we saw that wasn't on a winning team? Not a top seed. They were on a losing team.
Never. Let's see. We will shoot ones after the show, Guyton, if you want to. We can shoot ones if you want to.
That man talking.
Because you might piss me off.
That man talking. But here's the thing. Josh is actually right. When we get to May, Wemby is going to win it. He's going to win it regardless of the record because Wemby is the next up. He has to be. In order for the NBA to be saved, because their ratings are taking massive hits, he has to be a dog, the guy, the one that's up next. If he's not, I don't think that's going to go too well for the NBA.
Let me tell you why I don't think Wemby going to win it. Let me tell you why Wemby ain't going to win it, right? Where Greg Popovich at?
He's a head coach, right?
He's in the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
That's why Wemby ain't gonna win it. It could be Wemby before he ain't win it. Yeah. The Spurs are night and day since Greg Popovich went out with illness. The Spurs have been night and day.
I'm gonna tell you who my defensive.
Other than the win they got yesterday, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. You said ever since the win they got yesterday.
Other than the win yesterday, the Spurs have been getting blown out in margin fashion. They were down 42 in a game.
Them 2K numbers right there. That's when you playing my career and you finally figure it out.
That's Tank D-Lord at his peak. That's Tank D-Lord at his peak against a Christmas noob.
You hit that lethal shooter. I understand it now. You dropped that one. I'm gonna tell you when I played. What was it? Which one had Devin Booker on the cover? Which one was that?
Last year, wasn't it?
Oh, okay. So when I figured out that like with my power forward, all I had to do was run pick and pops with the guards and get the guard to switch on me, and then like regardless of who it was, you can shoot over him or you can take him to the post, hit him with that drop step. and get an easy lay every time, I said, I understand it now. Okay, I understand it now. No, but in all seriousness, what's that young boy's name? Bam Adebayo is mine. Because why you gonna need to defend yourself when I catch you out in public for taking Asian women on the market. You're gonna need to defend yourself. I'm just saying. You're gonna hey, put your hands up, Bam. Put your hands up. No, I'm just playing. But seriously, I think Wemby's got it. Chris, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, only thing about Bam, they currently losing to the dang on Pistons right now, which I'm sick because I'm watching it. That's why I'm over here. But
the Heat are kind of terrible.
Jimmy out though. Jimmy out, and they just don't even have an identity right now. But don't worry, we got Pat Riley. I ain't worried about nothing.
No, we got rings. My team got rings.
You mad? Are you mad, bro?
Hey, my squad got rings. Are you mad? My squad got rings without LeBron. You know what I'm saying? We got rings without LeBron. You know what I mean? Hey, can your Heat say that? Oh, all right.
When last time Pistons been to the finals? When last time Pistons been to the finals?
Worry about yourself, brother. That's what you do. You worry about yourself. Chase the bag. Don't worry about what I'm doing. How about that?
Hey, what the judge say? What the judge say when they free Thug? Case dismissed.
Wow. Actually, Thug took a plea deal, so the case wasn't dismissed. How about that, buckaroo?
Hey, can we talk about how crazy it is Thug be a Rico though? Can we talk about how crazy that is? Like Rico's are 99.8% convictions.
And this is the crazy part. People keep saying he didn't beat it. He pled out. Baby, that man was facing 400 years and got off with like 20 years of probation. That is beating. Bro, that's beating on Rico. Let me tell you something. He beat it like Penny Mama used to go get her, okay? He beat that thing. What do you mean? That's beating the Rico, absolutely. But you know what? We got to talk about this because we almost out of time. And before we get out of here, fellas, we've talked about Wemby as the potential defensive player of the year. But I think there's a conversation that needs to be had about Wemby, and I'm going to start it, and I'm going to let y'all take it wherever y'all want to take it from there. But I gotta get my pastor towel out because I need to preach to this young man like I'm Malcolm X for a minute. If y'all would allow me the space here. Victor Lakevius Wembanyama. What the hell is your big ass doing on the perimeter floating around that much? My brother in Christ, you are 7'3". You are shooting 91% from the free throw line. I'm sorry, I was wrong. He's shooting 92% from the free throw line. You're shooting 44.6%, 45% overall from the field. Do y'all want to venture to guess what he's shooting from deep?
30%, maybe?
31.3. Get your bit. In the words of a rapper, everybody say that the women rappers are taking over the rap game, and so I need to quote a woman to properly and kind of inquire about this. I believe it was the rapper formerly known as Lotto that said, "Are you a guard or are you a big? Because I can't tell. Get in the paint, ho." What are we doing? Always on the perimeter. That man, how many threes do y'all think he's shooting per game?
I'm gonna say 8 because I check. Even if I don't get a chance to see the game, I check the stat lines pretty often. I know it's high.
Josh is right. It's 7.5, which rounds up to 8. He's shooting 8 threes a game. Right. That to me feels like they're eating our dogs, they're eating our cats stat. Because that got to be a lie. That got to be. Somebody had to make that
eating the Mets.
There's no way that a young man that is 7'3", 7'3" now, 7'3" is shooting 8 threes a game, man. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Chris, Josh, whoever want to take the floor, take it. But I simply say this. Victor Wembanyama, you are saving or you are hurting not only the Spurs, but the NBA at large by choosing to be KD instead of Hakeem Olajuwon. And I'm going to walk away after that. I'm going to leave it right there. Whoever won the next can take it.
Now, I took a second to think about this when we laid it off. We was talking about it during pre-show. And I was thinking a number of things, what it might be. Because we've seen that Wemby has proven to be dominant on defense. We've seen that Wemby has proven to be dominant on offense. When he's in the paint, it's not like he's just some skinny, scrawny 7'4" that's not able to hold his own. We've seen him dominate multiple people that's veterans in the league that we think should be dominating a rookie, a second-year player, 19, 20, 21-year-old, right?
Yeah.
We just talked about the NBA's ratings being down.
Yeah.
Do you think this is more of a star play of we got this guy that's the quote-unquote alien that can do everything? Because regardless of what his stat line is, if you turn it on the TV and you're trying to get eyes on the screen, is Wemby being 7'4" and working in a post really that appealing? Or do you want to see the 7'4" guy do hezzy tween step back threes and then switch it up and try to do a little windmill? Or do you just want him to grab the ball, drop step, and just go put it in a rack easy every time? Because he has the ability to do so.
You know what? That's very interesting, Josh. That's very interesting that you said that. I love that you said that because I think that rarity is what the NBA is looking for. I think that they're looking for something that you never see. So quick question, Josh. When's the last time we saw an MVP caliber player do it in the post?
Dwight, probably? Like prime Dwight, I say.
When's the last time we saw a guy who led the league in blocks hit you with a crazy shimmy with the drop step afterwards? When's the last time we saw that, Josh? Up and under, a little scoop layup, and then come down the other end and pin you on the glass. When's the last time we saw one of those guys win MVP?
Maybe Shaq, but Shaq wasn't really about to hit you with a scoop like that either. Maybe never. Probably Hakeem.
Exactly. But wait. When's the last time we saw a guy 7 foot or taller do the hezzy pull, tween, all that? When's the last time we saw one of those guys win MVP?
Ever.
I disagree.
At that size?
I disagree. Not at Wemby's size, but 7 foot or taller. We have seen one, and he called his mama the real MVP. It is the DMV's finest, Kevin Durant, and that's why I say he chose Kevin Durant when the more rare thing is Hakeem. We have not seen Hakeem in 30 years. We haven't. We just haven't seen it. We have seen multiple 7-footers be very fluid and be very like, oh, he can do it a little bit on the perimeter. We've seen it. And again, I'm not saying we see it every day, but we've seen the archetype before. We have not seen a guy that can do all of those things and plays predominantly in the post that'll come up and sprinkle the occasional walk-up three on you. He'll come up and, I guess you could call a play where he sits in the corner and you got to respect him or he's going to knock that shot down. That's just my opinion. Chris, what you got for us, man? And we're going to close this thing out after this.
I think that Wemby is doing the league a favor because, A, if you're shooting threes, you can't also average double-digit rebounds on them because you're not going to get many offensive rebounds if you miss, right? B, you also aren't going to be able to crash the glass to give your team, that's a sorry team, I'm sorry for calling them a sorry team, but second chance points, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's our team. The last point I'm going to make here is if Wemby ever decided to get in a post, what that will do is make it where his team can space out. Wemby will see one-on-ones all day long. Like one-on-ones all day long. You don't need to draft. You don't even need to put shooters around Wemby right now. You want to know why? Because Wemby is just not someone that you have to pack the post with. He's somebody that just, freelances. So I gotta be honest. I think Wemby is hurting himself, hurting his team. Yeah, he's a monster defensively. He's a freak of nature, but at the same time, I think Wemby eventually gonna hit that plateau point where it's like, all right, bro, you 7'4", and yeah, you can hit the 30% of the time. You can block shots, but when you gonna get some wins?
But what does is hitting the 30% of the time even hitting the three? Like there's a statistical tipping point where it's like, yes, the 3-point shot is more valuable, man, but not really if you're making it at that clip. And I feel like he's on the wrong side of that cliff where it's like, You know, you just can't do this. You just can't win like this. But anywho, I know y'all tired of us talking about bigs not playing like bigs, and the Lions bigs playing like giants out there, playing like Goliaths, throwing folks around, and a potential Pat Riley presidency coming up. But come on back the next week, and the week after that, and the week after that. Peace and love, y'all.